What's going on, Sales Nation? Welcome back to the channel. For all the new people tuning in, thanks for showing up. For all you, real ones, I see you.
I'm proud of you. Stick this We the Best on you.
Am I in We the Best?
You're We the Best now.
But yeah, let's just jump into a topic that I'm getting a lot of email requests about, which is setting up resumes. I get this question a lot, so I want to give you guys a few tips and kind of tricks that you can use to get your resume to kind of stand out a little bit more and hopefully get you to that very first interview. The first tip I have for you guys is an obvious one, but it's a very overlooked one, and that is making sure that the very top of your resume has an objective that is catered to the company that you are trying to apply to. I get it. You're looking for a job, and why would you need to literally change your resume for every specific company that you're going for? You don't necessarily have to, but this is going to be one of those kind of factors that might actually get your resume moved up on the list. A lot of the little servers that they're using to look for keywords, that's going to help it out. And if you actually get it to a hiring manager, they will see that that resume is specifically tailored to the same company that they're working at. The next tip that you need to focus on still kind of revolves around the objective, but it's that research that you are doing. You need to make sure that you research the role that you are wanting to apply for. So if you're trying to become an associate rep for a certain company, let's say it's going to be for trauma, cater your resume to trauma. Try and make yourself look more valuable than you are.
You're wearing tuxedos to a job that requires you to clean bathrooms.
So make sure that you're tailoring your resume. You're making sure that the skills that you're putting in match the skills of the role that they're looking for. Make sure that your resume is also showing some recent things that are relevant, and keep it brief. You don't want to have a super long paragraph on your resume explaining a bunch of things. They're not gonna read all that. So try and make sure that you are doing these things in a brief fashion that are kind of really just showing off your attributes. And make sure that you highlight your accomplishments. If you're a collegiate sport player, make sure that's highlighted in there. If you competed in other things, you're a black belt in karate, all that kind of stuff like that, those are all things that can boost your resume. So make sure you put those on there. The next tip I have for you guys is to quantify your results. If you don't necessarily have sales experience right now, then you need to make sure that you're capitalizing on whatever attributes you have that are going to make you a good salesperson.
I never ask my clients to judge me on my winners. I ask them to judge me on my losers because I have so few.
And for the people that already have sales experience, make sure that you are doing everything you can to explain to them how you grow business. That would be giving them like an example of where your numbers started to where your numbers are now, what you did to make that number grow. You can't just show that, oh, my quota was 100K and I sold 110. They don't know if what you're saying is a lie or if it's the truth, but if you can at least give them some kind of information under that bullet that explains what you did to grow the business, what you changed in a sales process that allowed for that growth, that's what they want to see, because that is what you're going to be doing. You are going to be selling. You're going to be learning about a product and trying to get that product to be used. So show them that you understand the process of making that sale.
Thank you for your vote of confidence.
Now, this is going to be a section that a lot of people never put into their resume, and I'm going to be upfront with you guys and tell you that I didn't do this. But at this point now, my resume has enough jobs on there that I don't have to do that. They can see from my history the type of person that I am, the type of results that I can accomplish. But if you're just getting started in the work environment, then make sure you have a section that talks a little bit about you. Let them know of any unique skill sets that you might have. Let them know if you volunteer. Put a little section in there that just kind of talks about what you do in your free time. A lot of these people, when they're looking at your resume, they're trying to determine whether or not you're going to be a cultural fit. So you're pulling that back to that very first objective. where you explain to them why you wanted to go work for that company, and now you're showing them your skill sets that match what they are looking for. And the last tip I have for this is make sure to proofread. Look it over. Have your girlfriend look it over. Have your boyfriend look it over. If you don't identify, make sure that your other circle looks it over. Just make sure that somebody else's eyes looked at it, because a lot of times we will tell ourselves that it's completed, and you show it to somebody else and they're gonna pull out a word or two or let's say like a bullet point or anything that just doesn't make any sense. So make sure that you proofread, because when you're going into, like, let's say an interview, the worst thing that can happen is you're sitting there staring at your resume right before you go in to go talk to somebody and you realize, oh man, there's an error on there. It's just not gonna look good. And that is one of the easiest things that you could at least go ahead and accomplish right now to make sure that you're ready for that interview. All right, for all my real ones out there that are still watching, thank you. I'm hoping that this information that I'm offering you is actually helpful. I'm getting some positive feedback, so that makes me happy. Just want to let you guys know that I'm almost done putting together that content that will be like a PDF file that has my resume attached to it, interview questions, different things to get you prepared for the interview process, because I know that these were things that I wished I had when I was interviewing, and I bet you guys would like to have that as well. So stay tuned, that's coming. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, and until the next one, guys.